Y'all are ridiculous. It's the funniest thing. There's such low stress to like hitting the stream starting button when it's just gonna go to the starting screen. But then I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh man, when do I put the camera on? Because I'm just sitting here prepping, you know. But I don't know why it's so stressful. I'm like, oh, people are here, people are ready to chill, and then I'm like, I don't know when to hit the button. So there we go. Inkable Sharpie, hey. So it looks like Twitter integration is working again. So hey, Sharpie. On Twitter. Yo, Knive, who's going to be in Austin soon. Looking forward to that. Knive, it's a lot of pressure. I need to clean out the studio if we're going to do a thing next, is it next Monday? Wild. Yeah, I hope you don't mind just a wee bit of clutter, because there's a lot going on in here. Oh, sorry. Nobody heard anything. Nobody heard anything. If you're watching right now, you don't. Yeah, nothing. What? What? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I haven't started any Fabled or I'm like halfway through Reign of Jafar, man. It's wild. Hey Leonard, great showing last week on the ICL. Rough match, but you acquitted yourself well. I appreciated it. Yeah. So hey everyone, thanks for hanging out. So it's like most weekends, I have all these content goals, and I got some of them done, most of them not done. A lot going on this weekend, and then we went to the Austin FC game today, so I'm like way behind where I wanted to be. I did record an interview, which is toddler clutter. A lot of it is toddler clutter, and I suppose a lot of it is because I can't have stuff out there and it all gets shoved in here, and then it results in this clutter. But it's a decent amount of clutter. Anyway, you were fine, Leonard. You did well. You did really well. Yeah, so busy weekend. I got to record an interview on late Friday night. I should have done something with it this weekend. I haven't had a chance to chop it up yet. It's going to be really great, though, if I can get it done. I was supposed to shoot B-roll for my editor. I was supposed to do all this stuff. And, of course, rather than shoot the videos that I'm supposed to be shooting tonight, instead I was like, you know what? I'm going to stream for a little bit and do that instead. But the other thing is I need to prep for the show tomorrow. So, yeah, clutter beget clutter. It's true, Knife. Maybe if you have a... Yeah, it does. But I also have to prep for tomorrow's show. And so I might do that a little bit tonight, too. You all can see behind the wall here of, I don't know, getting all my thumbnails sorted and everything, because got a show tomorrow. I'm also going to do, we are going to do a giveaway tomorrow as well. I'm confirming, but I think we're going to do another booster box giveaway sponsored by Sharp Gaming in honor of their CCQ coming up. So, yeah, so if you're going to tune in tomorrow, get ready for that. Toddler clutter happens. Yeah, I mean, are you saying it doesn't get easier, Wantech, over time? Because I've heard, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna joke. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. She's a treat, but oh man, can't keep anything in order. Yeah, Question Queen, thank you thank you for stopping by. By the way, Claire, did you go to you weren't at Ink Ink, were you? I didn't get to follow as much this weekend as I wanted to. I did watch some, though. I did watch some this weekend. Great to see Sailor take it down. I mean, it wouldn't feel right without, certain people making Continentals. And so him having his invite, taking the whole thing down, really good to see. So pretty great. Oh, Aiden, physics is great. Physics, I wish I'd done better in, but best of luck. Physics is like the language of the universe, but I didn't do as well as I could have. That's why I became a history major. But good luck on your physics test, though, Aiden. Good luck. Could be complications from having 4. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Lorcana lover. Can't wait for the live stream tomorrow. I can't wait for it either. It's gonna be fun. So tomorrow, we're actually gonna have a guest from Melbourne. We're gonna have the winner from Melbourne here tomorrow, if we can work it out. And I think that's pretty much on track. There's also a possibility we might have the third place finisher as well. This is all coordination across like time zones and stuff, and it's all crazy. And then we're gonna try to have Sailor on as well. And of course, Logan will be able to talk about his performance this weekend. And yeah, it'll be really, really fun. So it'll be a good show with a lot of great guests. And again, we're going to be doing a booster box giveaway. Hopefully, just need to get that in order and get the thumbnail done up and get the email sent out and get all that taken care of. And then we can do that booster box giveaway. So it's been fun, the giveaways the last few weeks. I think we've had, the last 3 out of 4 shows, we've done some pretty good giveaways, booster boxes, and that playmat, which was pretty fun. And I did get the playmat in the mail after 5 days, which is good for me. So there you go. Wow, the DLC winners and Ink winners. Yeah. Hopefully. So still haven't pulled anything Lorcana lover. Yeah, it's sometimes the hit rates are tough, but it's funny. I'll have like a set or 2 where I hit like nothing, and then all of a sudden like the set will come out and I'll hit like 3 enchanted. So it all evens out. Fairgreen Tank, okay. So all right, everyone. So Fairgreen Tank, our favorite mod in the chat, saying that she sucked so bad at the PPG qualifier. That's her words, not mine. Heather just put it in the chat. But here's the thing. Heather, and this is a good lesson for everybody, took 1 game each match, right? Which is a big deal because that means you're like 1 or 2 draw. That means you can win, against the opponent, and you're 1 or 2 wins or 1 or 2 card draws away from, 1 or 2 wins away from taking the whole match. And if you think about it, this is one of the reasons they did 2-game format. Like if you were in a 2-game format and you split every match, you went 1-1 every match, you would walk away from that feeling solidly average, like pretty good. That's pretty good. So like, I think that's a great performance. Even losing every match, but if you're taking 1 game, that's good. That means you can go toe to toe with people. So don't be so down on yourself, Fair Green Tank. I think that you did better than you think you did. I think you did better than you think you did. That's just me. Numbkins, hey, because of where you live, you have no connection. Where do you live, Numbkins? It's kind of a bummer, but it's tough because TCG it's all about community. So, and if you don't have those people to play with, it's really tough. I get it. Opening 7 packs with 1 epic though from the previous event. That's fair. So to be fair, I've opened whole booster boxes Lorcana lover with no epic in it. So at least getting an epic is great. Did you get some legendaries at least? Because if the 7 packs with no legendaries, that's kind of a bummer. But the epic's pretty cool. Yeah. Fragrant Tank, sometimes I get it, and it's hard to. Yeah, I get it, but still, if you're taking games off of players, it still means you're able to go toe to toe with them, and a die roll goes your way, and because that means if the die rolls didn't go your way either, it means you're losing on the draw, winning on the play, losing on the draw. So a die roll goes your way. And now you're winning on the play, losing on the draw, winning on the play. So it's tough, but if it's a PPG qualifier too, I bet you there's a lot of great players there. Numbkins, Republic of Georgia. I am fascinated by Georgia and Georgian politics. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge international relations nerd, and Georgian Dream, what's going on, all of that. We shouldn't bring politics up, but I'm fascinated by your country, and I'd love to visit one day. So huge shout out to Numbkins out there in the Republic of Georgia, not Georgia, the Republic of Georgia. Big fan, and I could nerd out with you like about politics. Send me a note in Discord. Like, it'd be super fun. 26 boosters, 2 legendaries. That's rough, Kira. Sorry, Kira. That's a little rough. 20 sleeve boosters, 2 legendaries. That's really rough. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Sometimes hit rates be like that. I will say, like, sleeve boosters, I've seen videos of people in big box stores weighing sleeved packs. I don't know if you can weigh enchanted. Some people think you can, but I don't know. I'm now nervous about buying stuff from big box stores and sleeves, but I don't know. But yeah, that's rough. You only lost 1 die roll since going to the winter spell dice. Okay, is that the truth? That's so funny. Okay, so maybe you have to stay like current on the dice. That's really funny. That reminds me. It's a funny note. I think Sailor owes me a little bit for his win because at a CCS several CCSs ago. I don't know. This was like 3 or 4 months ago. Sailor went down and he lost every die roll except the final one, which is even more annoying because if you left and you said I lost every single die roll, like that's, it's something you can brag about, I guess. But if you lose every die roll except one, it's like the dice were trying to like foil that whole thing. So anyway, so I was like, Sailor, you need to give them to me. I will take those cursed dice. I'm gonna put them in like a box, like a cursed dice box. It's gonna be a whole bit. But I took them, and so he switched dice, and so I think I'm partially responsible for his sharp gaming win. I'm just saying. I have them over in the closet over there, in my clutter. So, anyway, yeah. Discord link in the description. Yeah, let me post it. I'll post it, and then Heather usually pins it, because my mods are awesome. Let's do. Yeah, here we go. So here's the Discord link. It's a fun place to hang out, and I do announcements of giveaways and stuff in there. And I don't know, if you're really going to connect with me, it's probably the best place. And there's some pretty cool people in there. And we just started a trade channel because, I don't know, somebody asked for it and nobody's using it. So if you want to trade cards, you can do that there too. Yeah, it's definitely. So it's interesting. Like, I agree that it seems like more hit or miss this set for some reason. I've seen it. Somebody talk about a case where every box had an enchanted, and then I've seen multiple cases with no enchanteds. It seems a lot more swingy, which is, I don't know if that's good. That's probably bad, but I don't know. I can't imagine it's by design, but it's just interesting. I'm also very dehydrated, by the way. I need to drink lots of water. Hey, Prodigy, how's it going? Yeah, who wants to go to the effort away packs? I don't know. It's a lot of work. Why? I don't know. You played in the fall inking open when 0 lots, but at DLC Richmond did better and won a full Milan. You want to take? Yeah, it's sometimes, it's funny too, because you look at this is a funny thing when you look at all of the really good players. You look at people like, Sailor or Zach or Mo or anybody who we think of as like the best players, and we think they're more consistent than they are because we don't hear about all the times that they just like bombed out, and it happens, frequently. And we don't hear about that. So if you're only going to like one DLC or one tournament like every 2 months, then you feel that performance a lot more acutely. If you're going to like 8 tournaments every 2 months, and you bomb out of, let's say, half of them or even 3/4 of them, and then you like top cut the other 2, people are going to they're like, oh man, so-and-so is always top cutting. And it's like, no, they're just at a lot of events. So it's interesting. A Hoppers promo, Lorcana Misfit. Which Hoppers? Hoppers. I'm blanking out. You'll have to remind me. Judy. Yeah, I don't know. It's Edison that you win when you go second. What are you playing? Or maybe it's just the luck. I don't know. So Mike says your roommate likes to. So you weighed the packs and gave her all the heaviest to open for the first few chapters. If I hadn't enchanted, it was in heavier packs. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that it changed. I've heard that early on you could do it, and now like something about it you can't, but I'm not sure that that's true. I don't know. I try not to keep up with weighing packs too much. It's not something I like to focus on, but I know that people were having success with it early. So, yeah. Chicano Heat, what's up? Have you seen the Set 11 promo oversized DW Tank and Stitch cards? Absolutely, I have, and I want them. I've been telling people I've got a lot of space on my wall here, and I saw the Tink pop up in the secondary market for like 150, and I almost pulled the trigger because it's so cool. But I don't know. I'm worried about like shipping it, and I'm also worried about a lot of things. But I eventually I will hope to have them because those giant cards are so cool. But here's the thing about the giant cards, Chicano Heat. They're not the same size as the ones like at Gen Con or like the big ones we've seen at events and things like that. Like those are massive. These are like a little bit scaled down, but they're like bigger than the Prizewell one. So it's like, I don't know, there's like 3 sizes now, and I don't know. But that Tinkerbell is like one of my favorite pieces of art like in the game. So like I want that Tinkerbell eventually. Yeah, Brent Mukai's Trove being each of the 8 packs one tech. Yeah, it was weird. I saw that right away and I was like, "There's no way." And then I didn't get. I've opened 2 boxes and a Trove and some loose packs, and I've gotten 1 epic out of those, which is wild. But it did get enchanted, so I can't complain. Yeah. Anyway, Luke Wonderland. Hey, great stream. Say hi to whoever you're hanging out with right now. I'm sure the gang's all there, although it is like 10 there. But great stream this weekend. Wonderland bringing you some amazing commentary this weekend out there from the Inc. tournament. And don't forget, everybody, that you can watch the ICL on Tuesdays and Wednesdays with some other amazing Lorcana. So Luke will be back bringing us that again with some other amazing folks this week. So pretty cool. Hoppers is a new Pixar movie. Oh, okay, yeah. It's funny. I am a huge Pixar stan, and I love everything Pixar, and I usually keep up so close with what they've got going on. And for some reason, Hoppers completely flew under my radar, and I saw the preview for it, and I was like, oh, it's a new Pixar film. That's amazing. Yeah, I would have loved to see some sort of Hoppers promo. I like just promos in general. Although I'd love to see them on more playable cards, because I liked the Zootopia one, but it was like, it came out and like, I don't know, I put it in my binder and it's going to stay there for the rest of its life probably, but it's still pretty. And it does a lot to bring, I think it does a lot to bring people into the game, which is cool. So yeah, big fan. Big fan. So yeah, they jump in animated bodies. Yeah, I need to see it. When does it come out? Is it's not out yet, is it? Hoppers? I would love it if it is. All right. I need to do... So I got to get ready for the show tomorrow. One thing I want to do, by the way, that I'm working on for the channel is I'm trying to... I want to get my website up. I've had the domain for ages, and I want to create a section. I want it to be very simple, but I want to create a section where there's like a Google form or something where people can submit like community notes or like stories from the week or pictures or things like that. Because I want to do more like interaction with the community that way. So we get like tips throughout the week from folks about like what we should talk about, or fun stories or performances, or even suggestions or deck lists or things like that. And so, or questions, like question and answer stuff. So throughout the week, as people think of things, they throw it in the website, they put it in the Google form. And then when the show starts, Logan and I can roll through some of those questions. And I think they'll just be really fun. Because I really do want to source more from the community. Because that's really what the live stream is meant to be, is more of like a community hangout, you know? So, I don't know. So, anyway, I want to do that. But if anybody has any ever, you know, like now or just ever, like suggestions for things they want us to talk about, subjects they want us to bring up, Infinity not selling out, if people want to talk about that, like that's a whole thing, but we can do that. Rather not, but I don't know. Everybody had opinions today about Infinity on the Twitters. So I've been engaging in that a little bit. But every now and then something comes out, a thing comes out, and everybody all of a sudden has opinions they wanna throw out there. Today's was Infinity. It's like Avatar. No, it's not like Avatar. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. I love the meta-ness of that, and that the self-awareness of that. It cracks me up. Monteglal. Yeah. Welcome to the Discord, Numpkins. Yeah, like at the beginning of the stream, do a community recap, or like, community recap, or like sometimes there's fun stories like, so-and-so got engaged at a Lorcana tournament, or we ran this really fun format at our LGS tonight, like a franchise night, or look at this cosplay somebody wore to our local, to League last night. Like those kinds of fun community notes. I'd love to be able to do more of that, where we shout out, game stores and people and players and that kind of thing. I think it'd be super fun. And it'd be a great way to like connect with the broader community. So, yeah, big fan. Big fan. Yeah. So anyway, this is what I'd like to do. By the way, if anybody wants to help with the website, let me know. It's on my to-do list for ages. So if anybody wants to do some freelance and help lay out a really, really simple website, just with some Google Forms and stuff, that'd be cool. I'll have time for it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, Numpkins, I'm serious. Like if I'm more than happy to take you up on that. Freelance for sure. Enchanted Channers at Disney World. What? My goodness. Hi from Disney World. Okay, goodness. 45K steps for the day and doing the half and the Magic Kingdom in one day. Yeah. That's a lot, Courtney. That's a lot. Are you going to be back for your stream this week? I really want to know, because I want to hear you talk about DCI. So yeah, hi from Disney World. We have people from Numpkins is here from Georgia. Courtney's dialing in from Disney World. We have people from all over, hanging out. This is super fun. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do with the website, and I'm hoping to do that. It'd be a lot of fun, and it also, I like the idea of teeing up questions ahead of time too, so that we have like stuff, and it's not just taking questions live out of the chat, which is fun, but it's fun to tee those things up ahead of time. So, yeah. Missed you this weekend. Wish you could have been in Ink. I'm sorry, Matt. I wish I could have been there too. I had such FOMO. Matt D is in the house from Ink, the tournament this weekend. One of the organizers there. Congrats on running an amazing CCQ. I heard wonderful things, and I hope to be at one in the future. If not the next one, one of them in the future. It's like the big one that I haven't crossed off my Lorcana bingo card yet. So anyway, congrats on an amazing weekend, and congrats to everybody who went out to Inking and performed well. But Matt, an amazing event, and yeah. Sawyer Porcana has been my community's fun format. Hey, send me a note on that. I actually want to do a video on that, and I'd love some deck lists. If you all out there, Sawyer, on YouTube, have some like fun deck lists, or people who've been like grinding and have got some good fun lists, send me a note. I know Fairy Queen Tink, I believe, has been playing a bit of that format as well locally. So, but I want some lists, so I can do a video. It'd be fun. It'd be a fun time. Fairy Queen Tink. The last time I remember doing a website was like in college, when I was actually like coding it in like HTML, and I don't know. I've tried to do a few things with Squarespace, which should be like super intuitive and interesting, but I'm really bad at it. I don't know why. There's just elements of it I can't figure out, and I don't know. Yeah. You can do it, Courtney. All right. Oh my goodness, so many people offering help. Like seriously, if anybody is serious, like, and really wants to help, send me a note on Discord. Like, and because I will take any of you up on it. I appreciate all the offer for help. Yeah, I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Wantech shouting out Ink. Yeah, the theming of the Ink stuff for the event was wonderful. The playmats were wonderful. That's awesome. Aiden, you said you wouldn't play Blue Pro, but you caved. I think it's a good deck. I think you'll do well. CCS is going to be fun this weekend. So some of the stuff coming up, for those of you looking for Lorcana events to do, CCS coming up in Houston. Yeah. Yeah, Zero's voice. Yeah. But CCS coming up in Houston. It'll be a great event down there. I'll be down there with Katie. It's going to be a great time. CCS always throws on a great show, and this one's not a CCQ, but it's going to be Charlie's like debut Lorcana event in Houston. I've heard the space is great. It's going to be a fun weekend. Come hang out with us, and I don't know, maybe grab dinner with Aaron and I afterwards. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll be down there. So, and then there's some other stuff coming up. So Sharp announced, this is later in the summer, but Sharp announced a CCQ this summer, which is going to be super cool. I think it's in June. So if you can get down to the Arkansas area, it's going to be a great event, and you have a chance to qualify for Continental. So check that out. And then, excuse me. Wow. And then the DCI is coming up too, the Diet Coke Invitational in the Dallas area. It's just a couple weeks away. So if that's something you're into, let me know. I'll make sure to get you the date. Because yeah, it's going to be cool. DCI is always a great time. If you're not familiar with it, yeah, in July, March, it's in July, March 21st for the DCI. I think March 21st says, Fair Queen Tank. Yeah, I think that's right. There's a good chance I'm heading up there for that. Aaron will be out of town for the weekend. And so, I'll be by myself, and it's a long trip for me because it's 3 hours, but it's like a miserable drive. But for the DCI, I think I'm going to solo trip it up to Dallas and back, so I can do that because it's a lot of fun. And for those who haven't heard of it, the entry fee for the DCI is a 12-pack of Diet Coke. That's it. It's really, really fun, and it's just such a quirky, fun community event. I get a big kick out of it, and wonderful people up in Dallas, and it's gonna be great. Story says, don't forget PPG in Pittsburgh. Yeah, PPG coming up in Pittsburgh. I will be remote commentating that one with some other folks, and that's gonna be a really good time. So I'll be here in my office, remote commentating that event for the duration of the weekend. So it'll be super fun. Do you want to drive 6 hours for the DCI again, Aiden? I don't know. I cannot answer that question. But I don't know. I never want to try to strong arm or convince anybody to drive 6 hours for anything. So, but if you show up, it'd be great. But if you don't, I understand. Completely understand. Yeah. Yep. All right. Real quick, you're all while we're hanging out in the chat, I gotta do before I go to bed every Sunday night, I do have to get the stream up and ready for the next day. One of the tricks is, or one of the things I gotta do is make thumbnails. So let me hold on, I'm gonna do the screen mirror thing, and this may or may not work first time because sometimes it's so hold on. Oh, there it goes. Hey, look at that. All right, so what are we going to call the show tomorrow? This is my thumbnail from last week. We had a great group of folks on last week. Y'all can help me. This is the thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. Build them in Canva. So we're going to have Molestar on. Molestar is the Melbourne winner. Which I think people know. Right? Just to clarify, we could do that. Or is it better to do winner Melbourne DLC? There we go. Mr. Burns Kana putting up a 7-2 record at Inc. Great job this weekend. I mean, that's 7-2 is pretty darn good in that field. So great job this weekend, Mr. Burns. I hope it was fun. It looked like a trip. Yeah. Oh, Houston is 9 hours. Yeah. So yeah, Molestar is going to be on next week. What do we title tomorrow's show? I don't know. Winter spell. What do we do in this thumbnail? Y'all help me name it. You're not a scrub. Get out of here. Get out of here, Mr. Burns. Um, Ink wrap up. I mean, yeah. Ink. What if I did here? What if we did? What if I did something interesting? What if we did? This is how I get my emojis when I'm in Canva. What if we did this? Ooh, it's very big. This might be a terrible idea. No. Let's do this. And then no. Here's under a winter spell. That's interesting. Under a winter spell. Under a winter spell is actually a clever. That's the kind of title I actually like. But I could do this. And then do. Like, what do we like? We like this one better, right? This pops more. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, we're doing some chatting. We're talking Lorcana. I've got some stuff to show off later. Just some random stuff. But first thing I have to do is build. So what do we do? Do we do this? Or what about on top? What about this? What if we change the background? I don't know if I like that. Oh, no. This is how I got this background. Don't tell anyone. Shh. I just like this a lot. Secrets. There's there's stock stuff in Canva I could use too, but I don't know why. I just kind of went with something. Yeah. I suppose I could get the inking logo there, but. What do we think? Sunday Night Lorcana talk? Yeah, Mike Leonard. Oh, Sunday Night Lorcana talk. Under a winter spell. I thought dogs won. Wait. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, dogs won Melbourne, but I was gonna talk for Sharp, not Sharp. Ink. So at Ink, I mean, wasn't Sailoron blue green, or am I wrong? Really, it's gonna be really embarrassing if I'm wrong. It's probably not up yet, is it? He went with dogs? Man, this is what I get for not paying attention at all, apparently. Look at him. Matt, I apologize. I swear I caught most of the stream, but this weekend I was at, today I was at Austin FC all day, so I couldn't catch the top cut. So that's what I get. But yeah, couldn't catch the top cut today. I was at Austin FC game all day. And that's why on Sunday nights, I sit down in my office for like 4 hours and catch up on the news from the weekend. Because there we go. And the funny thing is, actually, I did watch one of Sailor's games. I watched him against Blue Steel. And so I actually watched him play and still forgot he was playing dogs. I'm old. I'm old, y'all. Or I had a kid. Or both. One of the two. What do you think? Yeah, that'll suffice. Now, here's the quandary. Like, Sailor, we're trying to have on, but he hasn't confirmed yet based on timing. So we're going to say... And then I'll change it if he shows up. There we go. Thumbnail done. We'll call that good, yeah? Yeah. No Chromicons, huh? Interesting. Sawyer, yeah, I watched... Was that his Blue Steel match? Because I did catch one of his matches. And again, and forgot he was playing dogs. Which is wild. So, there we go. Made a thumbnail. So yeah, so now from this point I go into restream and there's a whole setup thing I gotta do, but the other thing I have to do is do the no Chromicons, yeah. The other thing I have to do is do the giveaway graphic because we are doing a giveaway tomorrow. We can do another box of Winter Spell, which is gonna be super fun. So yeah. What else? So what else do we need to talk about tomorrow? What would you all want us to talk about tomorrow? So we're gonna have the winner of Melbourne on for sure, unless something falls through, or I get the time zones wrong, which happens every now and then. Yeah, when Cass thought his opponent was on Blurple and then Ursula fixed that, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Dogs versus Luxferant on Purple Steel. Yeah. Crazy. No Chromicons. Fascinating. Man, and so, yeah, hopefully Sailor's on tomorrow. He's always a wonderful guest. Like, the way that he describes his builds and his process and all of that is fantastic. I actually had the privilege to sit in one of their team meetings, like the night before Richmond. And that was really, really cool because I got to see the way Sailor and the team kind of like talks about stuff ahead of time, and the way that they diagnosed the meta from Friday and talked about what they thought that meant for the following day. And they all made a bunch of different calls and edited some stuff based on how that went down. So it was really, really fascinating to watch him in action with his team, not only his analysis of the game, but like his leadership of that group, which was really great to see. So I appreciate him very, very much. So yeah, so if you have anything you want us to talk about tomorrow, or you have any questions for me tonight, let me know in the chat. I do have one other thing. I'm gonna see if I can get my overhead cam working. It's a little janky, but I'm gonna see if I can get my overhead camera working because I want to show off one thing I got recently. Because why not? Because we're here. And it just came in from the Philippines. So let me grab this binder. Yeah. It's pajama pants time, by the way. It's Sunday. It's Moonlight Inc. And Moonlight Inc., we are often in pajama pants. Full disclosure. All right. I'm going to see if I can get this overhead cam to work real quick and then show you all something just because, I don't know, we're here and it's what I did today. So it's going to take me a second to get this camera going, though, because, yeah, see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this. This is going to freeze because... So I'm using one hub for multiple cameras, and I think it is over. It's something with my computer. So when I have one camera on, one freezes. So now see my other one's like frozen. It's all weird. So I'm just gonna turn this one off, and this should be working. So there we go. So yeah, eventually I get that working, but Um, talk about how to beat dogs. I'll ask Sailor how to beat dogs. So, oh, so Zir's voice. We were sent it by Ravensburger as a preview. So we got to kind of like advertise it and stuff. So it's a gracious gift from the company. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And I highly recommend getting one. So yeah, I know I'm invisible. I know. I can't, for some reason, my computer won't let both my cameras run simultaneously right now. Like one of them's freezing the other and it's not great. So I'm just going to turn it off. So, but I'll be back in a minute. But no, so this is my sketch binder, and most of this, you all have seen a lot of these already. But the whole thing is sketched Disney Lorcana cards. And I just got in a new set from the Philippines, which I'm really, really excited about. Yeah, on one camera, to one camera on a hub, it can cause issues. So the weird thing, Question Queen, or Question for Lore, is... if I switch my camera to my webcam that's like literally on my computer, so it's not running through the hub, the same thing happens, which is really weird to me. So I think I really just need to get into OBS and make a virtual camera and actually like get off my butt and do that. But I haven't had a chance yet. So these are the new, so these actually filled up the binder and now it's full and I need a new binder, but these are the new sketches here from Nocturne. You can see on the Enchanteds, Nocturne did several in Ursula's Return. And because they brought him on to do all of these cauldron style Enchanteds, it was just his style. And he's since gotten another card. He did, oh gosh, I forget his name. Mr. He's Medusa, Madame Medusa's like sidekick. But he did one of those cards as well, not in this style, but yeah, he just kind of appeared in Ursula's Return and did like 5 or 6 Enchanteds, which is kind of wild. But I really, really love his sketches, and I'll take some of these out here because they, whoa, we're not gonna do that. Because they all have a very similar like vibe. What he does with the ink and the line art, and they're all like, they're like paint marker, but then he puts the ballpoint on top for the extra detail. And they all kind of look like they go together because of this style, and it's really kind of cool. And then there's this one here that he did. Yeah, then there's this one here, which is wild. This is literally the whole Enchanted. You can see Ariel's face. You can see it's an Enchanted, but he did the whole thing and basically did like a full art version of the card. So it's actually her pose pretty much. He's just put original art over it, which is just kind of bonkers. It's just kind of bonkers. So the other thing I love that he did, if you look at these, is his signature really is kind of interesting, kind of pops. But he did that like cloud kind of signature on top of the each of the pieces, which is really cool. So but yeah, big fan. And they came in this weekend, and now my 200 card top loader binder is full, and I'm trying to like, I don't know what to do, because I can't, if I get a new top load binder, it's gonna be, I don't know. But yeah, I think Wantech talking about Brian's Nick Wild, which is just actually wild. Brian uses oil paints on those as opposed to like acrylics, which is why he gets the blending he does. It's really crazy. Why is Piglet a ghost? Piglet is a ghost because it's hitchhikers from the Haunted Mansion. He's one of the hitchhikers. She actually did a set of 3, and I completely did like collector faux pas and broke up the set and just bought the Piglet. So or just bought this Piglet. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the whole binder is now full, and I need to figure out what to do about some of the other proofs that I still have, or some of the other cards that I still have out. So, but a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah. So I think I think it's a toss-up. This is I would say this is a humble brag, but it's not even humble. I think it's a battle between me and this one Italian collector named Marco for the most sketches. But I'm not entirely sure. So pretty crazy. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna pop back over. Oh, goodness gracious. Hi. Just pretend I'm here. Goodness gracious. There we go. Oh no. Like it legit broke. Ha! Hold on. Oh man, I just need to get a better setup. Oh my goodness. There we go. Professional. We're professionals. We're all professionals. Yeah. So anyway, it's good stuff. So I need to do. It's John Cena. Yeah. All right. I need to do a giveaway graphic as well. Let's go back. I can't. So I'm really, really bad at multitasking. So like when I'm trying to do something on the computer, like over the monitor, I'm trying to work. Like me trying to talk and do it at the same time is terrible. I'm a terrible content creator. If I was one of those streamers who played video games and like actually had to concentrate on playing a video game and being entertaining at the same time, I don't think I could do it. I think I would fail miserably. So kudos to all those folks. So yeah, so that's a good note, Andy. By the way, Andy, thanks for the support on Patreon. It means a lot. I've got a postcard for you that I haven't filled out yet. It's still right over there. But yeah, Ghent predictions is a good one. It's a really good one. I'm bummed that Charlie's gonna be competing with Ghent, but the times are offset a little bit, so I think that'll be okay. Which should be good. PBC and entertain. I don't think I could. I really don't think I can do two things. I don't know. You can try. All right. I need the Sharp Gaming logo. Sharp Gaming from Arkansas. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is right? Hold on. This is Fort Smith. You all let me know. Hold on. Yeah, that's the logo, right? That I need. Yeah. Yeah, that's Fort Smith. Shh, don't tell him I wasn't following. Follow Sharp Gaming, everyone. Yeah. The Sharp Gaming's where the CCQ is going to be this summer. Yeah, I need to get that logo because I got to bring it. Let's go back. I'm just going to copy. It's good enough. Boop, boop, boo. Booster Box giveaway sponsored by Sharp Gaming. Background remover. That'll look nice right here. Look at this. We can do that. Let's take this over a little bit. Go, 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 go. Is Canva not like the best, one of the best things that have ever come out of the internet? All right, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is March 2nd. There we go. Look at all this to-do list that I'm knocking out. Oh, they're in the same box. Yeah. Bookmark tomorrow's show. PNG pages. No, I just want current page. Bam. Look at that. Knocking out the to-do list. Canva the win makes it so. Yeah, Canva makes everything so much easier. Great at discussing matches and interacting with the audience anyway. That's fair, but it's hard concentrating. It's hard concentrating on actual like play and chatting at the same time. I don't know. A lot of stuff to focus on. Do I think the pros will go CCS or Ghent? Aiden says. I mean, if you can afford to go to Ghent, I think you go to Ghent, and I think most are going to go there. CCS, it's not a CCQ, and I think we get a really good turnout. I think we'll get some pros there, but you know, it's not a DLC, so yeah, Pixelborn Connect and Entertain. I don't know. I just so bad at it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So CCS is gonna be interesting. Has anything but dog, like what's gonna win besides dogs? I mean, Blurple maybe, but we have two recent events. Dogs taking it down. I think Blurple's got a shot. I think dogs have a shot. I don't know. Dogs are just so good. No, dogs are bad. I suppose dogs are a rough matchup. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I try to like, if I almost went to, yeah, they are rough to learn. I almost went to an event this weekend. My local shop had a Winter Spell box tournament, but instead I went to the soccer game. I think I was actually going to try to run the Amethyst Steel Locations deck just for fun. I think I kind of want to try that out. Yeah, other than that, I think Blurple is where I would go. Dogs is a great deck. Dogs is really tricky to learn. Like really tricky. Andy Hutch, one of your friends just got a ticket for Dortmund. Yeah, Dortmund. It did not, and this is part of the discussion on Infinity today. Like, it did not sell out super fast, and there may still be tickets available. Actually, let me check. Dortmund, has it sold out yet? Dortmund, does anybody know? Because it was still more info and register June 5th. But was Dortmund Dortmund was still a 2K event, right? Yeah. I think tickets are still available. I'm not logged in, that's why. Ha. Yep, log in here. Register. Oh, register for the premium package. Yeah, you can still register. Yeesh. I mean, it's fine. Wow. Some interesting. So I'm looking at. So the VIP, it's really interesting. I haven't obviously because we haven't had him here. I haven't tried the VIP registration. Oh, it's a 4K cap too. Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Sorry if it's a 2K or 4K, and yeah, 4K didn't sell out. I mean, I get it. But interesting thing. No, Indy isn't up yet, to my knowledge. No, we're talking about Dortmund. So the interesting thing is on the let me show you for fun. So so when you're in here, so this is for the premium package, which is €300 here. And it's the first time, they did the premium package. I think they have signups for Ghent as well. So it's available there. We haven't had them over here yet. It might just be a Fanfinity Europe thing, but the interesting thing is you have options on the playmats you can pick from, and it tells you how many are left, which is kind of interesting because I didn't know, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't know how many premium package slots there were. And it seems like there are a decent amount. If they're listing all of these as available for the premium package, that means there's a decent amount available, and those probably won't sell out, I don't imagine. But I could pick this, and then yeah. What is interesting, the Simba definitely more popular than Milan, right? 228 here, 351, unless they just didn't have an even number. Yeah, that's my birth date here. I'm old. Fascinating. So, yeah, so if you go back, here's what's Ghent? So interesting. So, or actually, did I just click on the Ghent one? I just clicked on the Ghent one. Just clicked on the Ghent one. So, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So forget everything I said about that being Dortmund, because that was the premium for Ghent. Here's Dortmund. But same, I imagine it's the same thing, although I don't see, they don't have the premium package available, so that's interesting. But let's see if it's still available. Register, yeah. So there you go. Still available. But with a 2K event, I mean, I guess I get it. And here's the other thing too. Hey, Kim Castro. Thanks for stopping by. We're just chatting about the weekend and Lorcanas and such. So the other thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not think in either North America or Europe we've ever had a situation where you can sign up for the next challenge when there's already one on the books, right? It'd be I don't think you could have signed up for Richmond before Milwaukee happened. And I could be wrong. But if I'm not wrong, and this is the first time we've seen that scenario happen where people can sign up for Dortmund before Ghent even happens. I think that might also explain a little bit of the demand not being quite there, because if you're prepping for Ghent, yeah, I think it has too, Kim. I think it has too. It happened before 000 Voice in Europe, or because I don't think it's happened in North America. Atlanta and Chicago season 1. Okay. Yeah, fair. That was so early on. Okay, fair. But that was so early on, the demand was different. And Chicago was a 1K event, so that would have sold out instantly. Anyway, so DLC in Texas took a few to sell out. Yeah, okay, fair, Mike. Okay, so yeah, so the first two. But yeah, Chicago was a 1K. So that's a fair point. So it's not the first time, but I think my hypothesis still is that once people experience Ghent and have their finish, whether they finish like on the like they almost make it or they finish, they bomb out or whatever. I think that kind of increases demand for the next one, because once you wrap up one, you're like, oh, I want to do this again, and you sign up for the next one. So I do wonder, especially if people are budgeting for travel and they don't know exactly what they're going to spend on food and everything else. I do wonder if we see a surge in sales after Ghent. But I could be wrong. But it's interesting. But 4K is a lot to sell out too. So anyway, over Infinity, Chicago was instantly, yeah. Yeah, Infinity. So a lot of people have chalked up the demand in Dortmund lacking to the fact that it's an Infinity format. And there is clearly something to that, right? Like, if the preponderance of Disney Lorcana competitive scene, in fact, if the preponderance or the vast majority of the Disney Lorcana competitive scene plays core constructed, and then some of those players play Infinity, I mean, clearly the demand is going to be lower on the Infinity side. I doubt very much there's some people, but on the competitive side, there's very, very few people who are playing like Infinity and not playing core constructed. Like, the Venn diagram doesn't go that way. So if that's the case, it's only logical that Infinity will have a slightly lower demand than core constructed. But the question is whether that will significantly impact attendance at the DLCs. And it may, in a 4K event, it may, but I just don't see a world in which like Indy doesn't sell out. And I don't see a world in which Indy doesn't sell out fairly quickly. So I don't know. I think any of the doom and gloom about like Infinity is a little bit overblown. For sure, it's not as popular as core constructed, but I don't know that it would be possible at this point in the game to have two formats equally as popular. So I don't know. I saw a comment today on Twitter. Somebody said, like, this format is not supported. And it's like, well, you can say that, but it's getting to DLCs. So, I mean, I don't know how much more support you get than a third of the DLCs in North America. I mean, that's pretty big support. So, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting stuff. What do you play for Indy? I don't know. I've heard Ruby Sapphire is good. I've heard Ruby Sapphire is pretty good. To play Blue Steel. The premium tickets, Kim. I haven't shared. Okay. Here are my thoughts on the premium tickets, Kim. I like them, and the reason that I like them is because So let's talk about the premium tickets real quick, because for those who didn't see, premium tickets for Ghent, and I don't think we've had them over here yet, but Ghent are €300, and there's a bunch of bonuses you get with it. Some of it you get some merch, right? Let me see. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna check again so I don't miss anything that you get from the premium packages. Because I have a really, here we go. I really want to talk about premium packages now. I'm glad you asked, Kim. So this package does not include your entry into the event, and a separate ticket for either one of the main events or attendees is required to enjoy the benefits of this package. So basically, if you have a ticket to the event, you can add on the premium package. And so for entry to the event and the premium package, you're looking at what, 200 or €375, which is, gosh, the conversion rate always sucks for us. So it's like $450. So it's close to $500. But you get promo card, you get non-foil promo card, you get a Disney Lorcana Challenge exclusive water bottle. That's pretty cool. Choice between the playmats, which is kind of cool. Private Discord for feedback. You get a premium badge. Private Discord space for feedback is interesting. Expedited line chicken priority queues for the venue for all activation. So if you're going to meet like artists and things like that, I assume that's all in there. So it's an extra $300 and you get a bunch of swag. Now there's some let me talk about downsides first. The downside to this is I do understand the feels bads of people paying for like access. I understand the feels bad. You know, if you get on a plane and you have to walk past all of those people in first class, all the first class people are boarding first, and you know that all of those people are on the plane early because they paid a lot of money that you don't have, and they're getting special treatment because they paid for it. And it's, you know, sometimes it feel bad. It does feel bad to have to be standing in line for artists and then have people basically like cut in front because they paid extra money. I get it. It also feels bad, I think, when you have these playmats that you're grinding for all day and then other people can just go buy it for like €300. Of course, it does kind of set the market for those, but I understand. And that's probably the biggest downside is the diluting the playmats. But the thing about these events are, you have to understand, like they're not very profitable. And when you look at the number of judges you have to pay, the commentators you pay for the broadcast setup, for the venue rental, all of that, the money that they're taking in off registrations usually is not like it's there's not a lot of profit there, like if any. And so a lot of times these events take up a significant amount of staff time, a significant amount of stress, of strain on the organization, a significant amount of like finances and risk. And then you also have to make sure that you know nothing bad happens there, that gets back to Disney. Like, so events are not money makers. And what the premium package allows the company to do is to make the numbers better for events. And in theory, that could allow them to do bigger and better things. It also might mean more events. You know, if premium packages result, because you're getting people to pay, let's say you sell an extra, out of a 2,000 person event, you sell 100 premium packages. Well, it's 100 times, let's just do it in dollars, just gets easy, but it's 100 times $300. That's not nothing. And that extra, you know, $30K, if it reduces your financial risk, maybe one of the things that convinces the various players to do more events, and it may allow bigger and better things at events. For example, if you all have noticed the stream quality this year, there's a lot more money being invested in the stream this year, a lot more, and we're getting better quality out of it. But that doesn't have to be the case. So the more ways, although it feels bad to you know, for people to pay more money for things like that, like the more ways that people can find for the events to be less financial risk and to allow the company to maybe earn some money, the more chances we have at getting more events, at bigger events, and better events. So that's the thing about the premium packages. I like them for that reason, because yeah, I think it might mean more events in the future. So yeah. Yeah, Kim, I agree with everything you said in that chat. Kim says, for those who are on YouTube, hey, Amy. So for those on YouTube who can't see Kim's comment, she said, mixed thoughts on the premium package. Obviously, if you pay more, you should be getting some exclusives, but I worry about being priced out of special experiences or even just the special Discord to give feedback is giving a, quote, we want to listen more to the people who spend the most money, unquote, vibe. which doesn't feel great as a girly on a budget trying to make these things happen. Totally agree with you. The one nice thing is the Discord thing is weird to me. Because the Discord thing is weird. I don't know why their feedback matters more than anybody else, unless all that you're asking for is feedback on their premium experience. But yeah, it shouldn't matter more, paying. It does feel like paying for access. The other weird thing is like the lines. What I would rather see rather than what I hope they do, because the line thing is weird, right? Like you're paying money and you get, it feels like a fast pass or whatever. I hope what they do is instead of having like a premium line and a normal line where like it's very obvious how people are getting ahead based on their premium ticket, what I would hope to see, and they do this at conventions all the time, and people don't have a problem with it at conventions. But what I would like to see instead is where the first hour is like, let's say premium people, because there are a lot fewer. So if you had for like an hour or 2 hours, like, hey, this is the slot that's exclusively for the premium ticket holders, and you did that each day, and then after that it's just a single queue. I would like that better. But I get it, Kim. I agree. It's just it feels like buying a first class ticket, and I hope that what this means is they're finding ways to make the event less financially risky, which means that there'll be more events in the future. Ixia, hey! All my favorite people here tonight. Ixia's here. Amy just joined us. Yeah, and I'm right there with all of you being jealous of those who can afford it, because I can't. I can't. But the nice thing is, again, one way to think about it is this too. And Donald Duck, really interesting comment. I'm going to get to that in a minute. One way to think about it is this. So I used to play, I play a lot of stupid iPhone games that I shouldn't, because it takes a lot of my time that I should be doing stuff for content. But I like the dopamine hits, I guess. I don't know. So there are a number of free to play games, that I play. One of them that I played for a long time was Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes was one of those games where you have characters and they battle and you build them up over time, and you can buy stuff for them and all of that. But it's a pay to win game, like most of them are. And I got really, really salty for a while because it is a pay to win game, and if you drop a bunch of money on crystals or anything else, you soup up your squad and you get beaten up or whatever. And I had the Phoenix squad, so Ezra Bridger, and those are the ones that anyway, it's a whole thing. But Star Wars Rebels fans, you know what I'm talking about. And eventually somebody made the point to me, they're like, look, those whales out there, you're trying to play for free or spend $5 a week or whatever. Those whales are basically paying for you to play for free. And even though every time that somebody runs over you because they've dropped $1,000 on this character that just came out this week, and you're so mad that they paid money to get that character all the way souped up, and it takes about $1,000. Just remember that because they paid $1,000 this week, that's paying for all the salaries and everything else for the people who support this game, so you can play for free. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. So thank you, whales. I look at it a little bit that way with these experiences. It all depends on, I think, the return. If we see more challenges and we see them continue to push the quality of the challenges and the broadcast and everything else, I feel a lot better about these types of things, because the way I look at it is those players who are going and paying an extra €300 are doing me a favor by providing the company extra resources that they can use to then create better experiences. And I like to think of it that way, and I hope that that's the case. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Oh. Yes, I'm gonna show it on stream. Look at it. So we have a new every year. Aaron gets a calendar, and does it for the year. And this year, Aaron got a coloring calendar, and she just finished February. This is February, and she's been working on it for several days. Isn't that beautiful? I'm not a nerd, Aaron. Look, the people love it. Scale of 1 to 10, everyone.
3.
No, it's so good. Look, and there's shading on the... And I told you the black and red present on the top would look good when it got done.
Yeah, I know.
See? Look. See, Kim says it's amazing, and you're so talented. See? Look. High five.
I'm going to go to bed.
Okay. I'll see you soon. If I don't fall asleep on the couch. 20 out of 10 says Ixia. 10 out I'm going to tell her. 11 out of 10. 20 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Broke the scale. It's so funny. She's like, you're not going to show that on stream, are you? I'm like, yeah, I am. I will. I will, Mike. I will, Leonard. I'll go tell her. I'll text her. Yeah. So cool. 10 for sure. Yeah, that's Aaron's kind of like stress relief. Doing that coloring. So anyway, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on the packages. I think I like to look at them that way. I really, really, really hope what it's doing is providing extra resources for the company so that they can continue to do more stuff. Anyway, I will say, so Donald Duck Lorcana said from Melbourne. So they had premium packages in Melbourne. Okay. He says they gave us a pre-signed card from the artist so that we didn't need to line up, and it didn't take away from the other people's opportunities to line up for the artist. That is cool. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, don't line up. You paid. Here's the card. There you go. The one downside, part of the joy though, is getting to meet the artist. So, but I guess you could wait in line with everybody else. I don't know. But that's kind of cool. And what that means, Donald Duck Lorcana, is they weren't personalized, right? So you got a non-personalized card, which is cool. Because a lot of times, their also... What is going on here? I'm just... All right. Sorry. I just looked over here. I was on Instagram earlier to like look up Sharp Gaming. And I look over and Cole, Quest with Cole, is doing this with Lux Gaming here. That's why I love the Lorcana community. Look at this. I just look over and I see this going on my Twitter feed. There's music that goes to this probably that's really hilarious, but you don't need the music. You can just watch Cole and Lux Ferrand just do... Cole's one of my favorite people, by the way. All right, the best part about the dance, Cole, and somebody let him know we did this. The best part is that move right there. The arm back, like it is full chest out, arm back, like nailed that move. You all should be following Cole if you're not. Quest with Cole on Instagram. It's so funny. So you had to get Fire the Cannons done. Yeah. Yeah, chatting with the artists, that is the best part, is like connecting with them. Totally agree. Another way to think about it is if they didn't offer premium entries, the standard fee could easily cost 10 to 20% more. That's true. That is true. The hope is, Mark, the hope is that money, that extra money is somehow returned to the event, even if it's like doing more events. And so that's an interesting way to look at it too, because let's say that money is pocketed by Ravensburger or whoever. Like, let's say it isn't directly reinvested back in to scale up something. Economics says, that if you do an event and you find a way to make an extra $50,000 or $100,000 or something on the event, you're going to want to do more of them. So even if it means that those events are more financially viable so that we get more, I think they're great. But I also understand, nothing in life is nothing in life is one dimensional. Nothing in life is either all good or all bad. Everything has trade-offs, and there are trade-offs to this. There are downsides. And it does create, even in an event, I can understand the feels bad if you cannot afford a premium badge and you're grinding tickets to get one of the badges or the prizes on the prize wall. Every time you see somebody walking around with like a premium badge on, there's just this little bit of like, a little bit of jealousy. And that's, there's ups and downs. And that's, yeah. Overall, I think they're better. They're more good than they are bad. But I understand the downsides to them. So I appreciate you bringing it up, Kim, because it's one of those like complicated subjects. Yeah. Yeah, Donald Duck. Here, do me a favor, Donald Duck Lorcana. If you have somewhere I can send, Donald Duck Lorcana says, if you have somewhere I can send you a photo of the cards, he serialized them for the ones that came in the VIP pack, which is fascinating to me. But definitely lined up to talk and catch up. Interesting. Yeah. So Donald Duck, do me a favor. Like, I'd love to see a picture. The best way to contact me is usually on Discord, and I'm going to post a link. It might be pinned in the chat, but I'm going to post a link to the Discord server. You can find me there, in our Discord server, and connect with me there, because I'd love to see a picture of those serialized cards. One, because I'm just curious. Two, because I'm a huge nerd. Okay, Fairy Queen Tink says Donald Duck's on YouTube. That's why. Yeah. So, also I'm a huge nerd, and if there are serialized VIP card, like Fire the Cannons cards, then I'm gonna want to find one, because I mean, you saw my sketched binder. Like, I have a lot of nerdy collectible things, and I'm gonna want to find a serialized Fire the Cannons, because reasons. You want to see fun? I have such random. I don't have it. I had a really fun, like, nerdy collectible piece here. I don't know. Too much stuff. A couple things. User, I can't pronounce your name, but says on YouTube, do we think we'll get more than 3 NA DLCs in season 3? Maybe I'll show it again in a moment, Donald Duck, but it's a whole thing to get my camera working. It's a whole thing. Maybe I'll do my FaceTime cam. So do I think we'll get more in season 3? I hope so. And I have to preface this with, anything that I say is pure speculation. I do some of the broadcast commentary, but it's all case by case basis. So I know absolutely nothing. So anything I say is a pure guess. I think we'll get more. I think people understand now the demand. But the other thing is, like, I know it was a disappointment only getting 3, and it felt like a step backward this season. But also, they switched tournament organizers, which, it takes a while for the new TO to kind of figure things out. And also, there's a lot of things they scaled up, like the broadcasts and stuff. So, also, again, these events are not profitable. I don't think, when you look at the math. So, as time goes on and the company figures out how to do them while reducing financial risk, and, you can plan more, I think that there's an incentive to do more, and I think we will get more. But the other thing is that you do need to balance the rest of the world now, especially when you have world championships and it's a true world championship and you're in a lot of markets. You got to figure out how to have at least just a little bit of parity. So if you're going to do 6 in North America, but you're only going to do 1 in Australia, it feels kind of bad. So I don't know. I think we'll get more. I think we'll get more than 3. I think, but we'll see. We'll see. R&B, you think that. Now with the premium package, that helps. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We'll see. We'll see. But I think we'll get more. but it's tough. Until like demand cools, like the thing to me is like if Disney Lorcana events in North America continue to sell out in under 5 minutes, and in some cases like 1 minute, there's such a good argument to have more. I don't see why we don't have more. Greg says season 3 will look more like the way people wanted season 2 to look. Yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, I'm super optimistic, but I hate to get people's hopes too much up. But I think there'll be a lot more. Worlds and national events needs to be a huge destination event. Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agreed. I think Ryan, 100%. I mean, Continentals was super cool. And it could have been even bigger than it was, but doing it at Disneyland, like Ryan can tell you, like Ryan in the chat here, Ryan can tell you, like Continentals felt like we wanted all the challenges to feel like with the Disney music playing and I don't know, it just had that Disney magic vibe and the giant screen. And I agree. I really think that that and Worlds just need to. I would love it if they just really went for it. I don't know. Yeah. Katie, I am free this weekend. I'd love to hang out in Houston for a bit. We should chat. And make some plans. We do need to talk, Katie, ahead of time. We do need to talk ahead of time because I think we need to do some prep that we can do to get some stuff ready for this weekend. Yeah, Ixia, I'm sorry. I'm sad you couldn't get a ticket to Continentals too, because I would have loved for you to be there. Yeah, Ryan, I know. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. There's so much potential. And I just gotta hope. Am I going to teach you a dance? Yes or no? Katie, I do not do good dances. I'm really bad at dances and dancing. It took me a solid month to learn half of the power line dance, and I still haven't gotten the whole thing down. I aspire to be better. The number of TikTok dances that I look at, like TikTok dance trends, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a reel of that. That's gonna be easy. And then I spend 3 hours trying to learn it, and then I can't, and I don't, and I give up. It's happened to me 30 times. So, yeah. If anybody out there has a TikTok dance trend that you want Katie and I to do in Houston, send it, and I'll see what we can do. Yeah, thanks, Donald. I will take a look. Actually, let's see. Let's pull it up. Oh, super cool. Hey, look. All right. Let's show the folks, Donald. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna bother rotating it. You're all just gonna have to tilt your head sideways. Yeah, I don't know. I think season 3. I think there's a lot of learning done. I do think I can understand why season 2 happened the way it did. I will say that. Not saying I agree with it, not saying I agree with all, but I understand why it did, and it is what it is. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Super excited. So these are the VIP cards that they got in Melbourne for the premium packages, and I absolutely love these for a variety of reasons. I absolutely love these. So I love signed cards anyway, but this is super fun. So Matt Chapman here, from Australia, by the way. I think does he live in Melbourne? I know he's from Australia. I forget where in Australia he lives, but he's done a shadow signature here, which takes time. And that's super cool of him. And then I do love that the card is event specific, because what makes that fun for me is, 20 years from now, if Matt Chapman's still signing cards, and Lorcana is on set, 102. I didn't math that right, but you know what I'm saying. Being able to to show that this card was signed in 26 at Melbourne, I think is really cool. And they're serialized. So that's super fun. Also, what's up with this little holder here? Donald Duck? This little card holder. Is this like are these like the keychains that they had at like GameStop down there? Because this is super cool. Man, I'm hitting eBay's. I'm going to find one of these. That's sick. Big fan. Big fan. Thanks for that. So there you go. Super cool. Chicano Heat says, got to try flipping patties. Best Filipino food in Houston. Okay. If we're in the... Katie, write that down. If we're in the area. Flipping patties. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, R&B. So, like, no matter what your plans were when season 2 happens, you have to, like, go, like, you have to go, oh, no, like, gloves are off for season 3. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, great memory. Melbourne local. Matt Chapman, Melbourne local. That's really cool. So, super cool. No, that's awesome. I really like the way they've done that. Yeah. All right. So, what else do we have to talk about? So, tomorrow we got to talk about Ink Ink. What else? What else is there? Ink Ink happened. What other events? There was something else that happened this weekend. What am I blanking out on? What am I blanking out on? What was going on in Europe this weekend? I mean, inking was the biggest thing because it was CCQ. Was there a Mexico CCQ? Because if there was... Ghent Prep, yeah. Ghent Prep was going on this weekend. So let's see. It looks like... What date was this? Yeah. Okay. Santiago de... All right. We're doing live research. Yeah. Ghent Prep going on this weekend. I'm super jealous of everybody able to, like, head over there to Ghent. I just can't. One day. So... CCQ Santiago de... Where is this? Someone help me find the Mexican CCQ. Yeah, February 27th. I gotta find this. This is this is what you get when I'm trying to research. It's not much talking. Anyway, I have to look for it. It looks like it was supposed to happen around this time frame. Okay, here's what's confusing me. The Mexican CCQ is listed as February 27th through March 3rd, but like I don't understand why that broad date range. But in any case, it probably happened yesterday and today. So where are the results? I'm gonna send a note. Send a note to some folks down there. Question. Saying it to Alberto Salas, the winner of the CCQ in over in the UK. Great guy. So we'll see if he has an answer for me. Because I'd hate for that to fly under the radar. The community down there was so excited about it. Because, Mexico felt seen. Anyway, all right. The holders. They give us a few of those in the entry packs. Yeah, super cool. In Mexico, my home team won. Okay. Are you in your hometown? Cedric says. Are you there now? Did you go? Or is it like where you're from? And do you have a link to the results? Because I'd love to see that. Versus Games in Orlando had an 82-player 6K event. Yeah, actually, I saw that on being streamed on Twitter. On Twitch. I didn't get to see much, but that's another one to bring up. Who took down the Versus Game event? I can look that up too. Is Versus on Inkdex yet? Let's see. No. Yeah, who took that tournament down? Does anybody know? The Versus Gaming one? Versus Gaming. Yellow Green Dogs. Oh, thanks. Thanks for checking. Vibes. Yeah, I wonder. So who won? I know that the community down there is pretty a lot of great players. Did somebody? Yeah, who? Anyway, I'm curious who won. Bottom line, I'll have to find out. Looking for their Twitter account and everything. This looks right. Yeah, this looks right. But they didn't. Yeah, they didn't post any tournament results. Anyway, I want to find out who won. Yeah. Stuck in the USA for school. Yeah, it's yeah. I get it, Cedric. I get it. I get what you're saying. But is what it is. All right. What else? So I have to, before I go to bed, I've got to knock out the I gotta get the restream up and bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I appreciate all of you hanging out with me tonight. I'm gonna try to go to bed early for a couple of reasons. One, my sleep has been terrible, and I still have some stuff to do before I go to sleep. The other thing is, I did not drink enough fluids today at the soccer game, and I'm starting to get a headache, which is bad. So I need to go drink water so that I'm awake and alert and alive and enthusiastic, not in that order, for the live stream tomorrow. If you're watching, definitely a couple things just to keep on your radar. I said it earlier, but a couple events coming up. Definitely check out, if you're in the Houston area, check out CCS this coming weekend. Or if you're not, jump on the stream this weekend and say hello. I think it'll be on 20 Lore Pro's stream as usual. And that'll be a lot of fun. So come say hi. Katie and I will be doing a bunch of the streaming with some other folks, and it'll be fun. So yeah, definitely check out the Sharp Gaming CCQ this summer. And if you're in the Dallas area, DCI is coming up in a couple weeks. And then PPG a few weeks after that in Pittsburgh. So plenty of fun Lorcana going on. And love it if you stop by the stream Monday night or tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We're going to do our normal Monday night live stream. We are going to have on, we're going to try to have Sailor on after his victory at Inc. But at the very least, it looks like we're going to have on the winner of DLC Melbourne. So that'll be really good. Should be a great interview. And yeah, so that'll be a really good interview. Oh, okay. By the way, before I say goodnight and finish wrapping up, I just got a note back from Alberto Salas. And he said the winner of the CCQ in Mexico was his friend Jorge Rueda from his team. So shout out to Jorge for that. Can you? All right, I'll send him a note after this. Yeah, so that's super cool. That guy Majin says you should be all 3 of those. That's amazing. That's good. Well, make sure you say hi. I'll be at least 2 of those in person, I think. 1 of those digitally. So we'll see you tomorrow night. The other thing is, I think tomorrow night we're going to be giving away a booster box sponsored by Sharp Gaming in honor of or in celebration of their CCQ. So stop by tomorrow night. You know the gist. You got to be present to win. It's the whole thing, but we'll tell you how to win. So stop by tomorrow night for that. And appreciate. I always have to say, because I appreciate everybody so much. Appreciate all the subscribers, but appreciate Patreon supporters. Moderators here. Heather, thanks for modding as usual. And thanks to everybody who follows, subscribes, all of that. It helps pay for these software subscriptions, which are not cheap. And maybe if they continue to do well, I can get a better overhead camera and then maybe a computer hub, and so I can actually do overhead and front shots at the same time. So we'll see. But with that, I will see you all tomorrow for our live stream. Have a great night. And thanks again for hanging out. See ya. It's the perfect music to end on, isn't it?